Hey everybody, welcome to Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, live and direct on our YouTube channel, and senior instructor here. If you can hear me, by all accounts, let me know in the chat, whether you're on YouTube or Facebook. Let me know. Type in VV Nation and let me know where you're tuning in from. Let me know where you're tuning in from. So I'm looking at the Facebook chat. Make sure that I can say Jay is on Facebook. And Jay is on YouTube. Man, Jay, you got a lot going on, dude. You know, stay in one place or another. But nonetheless, glad that you're all here. But let me know where you're chiming in from. Good morning, Miss McClintock. Jay is here. Those are the only two people talking on YouTube right now. And on Facebook, I've got Rodney on Facebook. He typed in VV Nation Facebook. There you go. Lee is here from SoCal. That's Southern California. John is here from Montreal, Canada, eh? There you go. Tyre is from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Neighbors. Not Spartanburg. Nobody. I was looking for Gaucher. There you go. Kenneth is here from Gaucher, Mississippi. Yeah, Gaucher. Derek is here from West Palm Beach. Michael is here, saying here. Jay says, nothing going on but the rent. You got to have a J-O-B if you want to be with me. All right, Kent is here, VV Nation YouTube, Sun City, Texas, Arizona, Colorado. Jay is everywhere. I know, he's like Savoir Faire. He's everywhere. What is WBA? Oh, you giving me stocks, Kyle? It's not time for them. Ain't time for them yet. I got Holly. Is it Holly? It is. No, it's Holy. Holy Guacamole here from Holy Guacamole. Raul is here from San Juan. I've got family. Half my family, my stepmother is Puerto Rican, and we've got family in Bayamon, Puerto Rico. All right. Reno, Nevada is in here. Mill Valley, California. Bronx. Javier. Que paso? I like that. Bronx, New York. I'm from Brooklyn. Let's see. VV Nation, Toronto. That's Ed. Boone, North Carolina. Hi, Jim. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you. Always glad to see you when you're here. Dan is here from Denmark. So I got people from all over. Zion on Facebook. New Orleans. Yeah, you know I love me some New Orleans. I love me some New Orleans. And just let you know, in the background, folks, I got the Masters on. Joey's got the Masters on. Big day. Tigers playing. So if something big happens, I'm going to stop in the middle of Trending Thursday and go, oh, get in the hole. They can't say that. Did you hear that? That they can't say that at the Masters this year. That's going to be kind of interesting that they can't do that. I don't know that they could do that. Well, that's the Masters. They can do what they want to do, right? All right. So thank you all. Etan is here from Israel. Always love the reach that we have here on Trending Thursday for all over the world. All over the world. All right. Are you related to my cousin Mark? There you go. Michael here from White Rock, British Columbia, Canada. They will still do it. I know, Rodney. They probably will. And then somebody's going to get kicked out and they're going to send them out. If it was me, I'd be sitting up there probably drinking some Budweiser going, get me. And then they'll be like, excuse me, sir. I'd be like, I'm not leaving. I'll have Joey with me. Joey will step in and go, excuse me, sir. Can you please take your hands off? Do you know who this is? This is Glenn Tompkins from YouTube. So you take it. And they'll be like, oh, sorry, I didn't know that. Right, Joey? Right. All right. So as you can see what we got going on here, we're going to talk about the market overview. We're going to talk about some food drugs, some food stocks, drug stocks, clean energy stocks, and contras. With the way the market is looking right now, I thought that today was going to be a good time to at least start introducing contras to your portfolio, just in case. All right. Kobe is also here from Israel. So I've got a couple of people here from Israel. To you, shalom. There you go. So with that, let's get into covering the market. Joey, put my other screen on. And from the market, we're going to start off right here on the homepage of the VectorVest software. As you can see, holy smokes. If you look here, how come it doesn't show me? No, it doesn't show me there either. It's not moving. I wonder if I click on it. Does that work? No, oh, you don't see the mouse though. Interesting. Anyway, for 2 solid days now, we've got red lights across in our color guard. That's a bearish sign. That's definitely a bearish sign. And, you know, am I telling you to panic? I'm still not telling you to panic. I am going to tell you, though, whatever stocks that you are investing in, you should be tightening the stops on those stocks. All right, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You should be tightening the stops on those stocks. And with that, and just looking at this stuff, just be careful. All right, all of the major indices are now moved from all down to mixed. All right, they all move from down to mixed. So what does that mean? This is why I say don't panic sell. Let's take a look at what's going on in the market. All right, let's going to go over to my stories. And here's some of the things going on. Why is the market reacting today? So yesterday we had the Fed minutes, and the Fed was talking about they're still going to raise interest rates, but at how fast, and how much debt they're taking off their books. I'm looking, they're not taking it off the books yet. All right, so in essence, there's still quantitative easing while inflation is rising, while they're raising interest rates. That doesn't seem right to me. All right, if you're going to be all in on trying to go after inflation, stop pushing more money into the market by still buying the debt. That stuff's got to come off your books. Does anybody disagree with that? If you agree with that, type of 1. If you think there's something else beyond that, type of 2. So the question is, the Fed is talking about they want to aggressively go after inflation, so they're raising the interest rates while still quantitative easing by holding on to all of the debt that they're buying on their books. If you think that they need to get that debt off their books as they're going through all of that, type of 1. If you don't think that, type of 2. All right. Why didn't we get a confirmed down call yesterday? It didn't close. We didn't close. Today was the first day we can get a confirmed down call, Kent. Today is the first day that we're down for 2 weeks in a row. Today is the day, not yesterday. That's why we didn't get it yesterday. The price of the composite was still lower, but not lower for 2 consecutive 5-day periods in a row. Bob is the only one that says no. I think that they need to take that off their books. It's in this case, it's not a right or wrong answer. I'm just asking your opinion. All right. So as we look at this, Fed Bullet says interest rate policy is behind the curve. Ooh, interesting. When everybody was talking about inflation was transitory. Now they're behind the curve. They came late to the game. 2, they need to move slowly. So G-Tech, moving slowly, are we going to be able to effectively keep up with pulling inflation back if we move slowly? And I understand the Fed, Jerome Powell's idea in raising interest rates. He wants a soft landing. I'm curious to know in the room. So G-Tech, I hear you on moving slowly. Are we going to be able to effectively control inflation slowly? We haven't gotten down to a confirm yet here in Canada, says Femi. I hear you. Bob says they need to slowly reduce, not eliminate over a few months. And there he goes. And for that goes for both G-Tech and Bob. At the rate that they're going, inflation is going to still keep running up, and they're still not going to be able to effectively, and this is my opinion. This is strictly my opinion. I don't think they're going to be able to effectively get to the point that they want to be at by the end of the year. And the Fed doesn't want to cause a recession, but guess what? I think a recession is coming probably by the end of the year. And I don't like the forecast, but I think that we all know that time after time, when the Fed has to raise rates, a recession occurs anyway. I'm thinking possibly, and again, my own personal opinion, that by the end of the year, we will be at that point of a recession. If the 10-year hits 4.9, the U.S. will use 30% of the GDP to service the debt. Now, in regards to that, I am not well-versed in that, Mr. Mex Biker, so I won't I will take you at your word. Homes have 20 offers because interest rates are slowly rising and people are trying to beat the hikes. And I hear that. That's true, Brad. And I know Brad follows me on Twitter. Thank you for that, by the way, Brad. So people are getting into, still getting on homes. And there's probably a lot of people out there that didn't have fixed rates, which I don't understand why you would, but that didn't have fixed rates. As interest rates rise, their payments on their houses are going to rise as well. Their payments are going to rise as well. So interesting. Recession normally comes 12 to 18 months after flattening yield curve. Patrick did a great story on that this week in regards to backing up what I said with the inverted yield curve. It's going to take a while before it happens. I still think that it hits by the end of the year. 81% of U.S. adults are worried about recession hitting this year. Surveys find. Well, and that's people putting out their opinion, just like I am right now. I think that it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen by the end of the year. One last statement. Holy Guacamole says those rates are for new bond purchases, not existing bonds sold. New rates are for new money. Gotcha. Thank you, Holy Guacamole. I got you. All right. So, but it's making progress. He says they are behind the curve, but it's making progress. Another one, Bullet also says the rate ceiling at 3.5% assumes a generous reading of price trends. All right, in this story, the Federal Reserve may have to raise interest rates further than the market is currently expecting in order to bring inflation down. So that goes out to both the G-Tech and Bob. This is what I'm thinking is going to have to happen. And in my own opinion as well, I think that one of the interest rates increases will be 100 basis points. And the market is going to say, oh, heck to the no. And it's going to respond nastily to that. So I understand the quarter point, the 25 basis points. I think that the next one is going to be 50 basis points and probably a string of 50 basis points. I honestly feel that as they look at this, they're not going to get inflation down as fast as they would like to. And I think that they will have at least one interest rate hike of 100 points. Anybody agree with that? Type of 1 in the room. If you disagree with that, type of 2. I'm just curious. Today, I want to talk to you a lot more. I want to get your input in regards to what's going on in the market. Because I don't want to just be the one just talking. Well, I am going to be the only one that's talking, but tell me, how many of you think that before the end of the year, the end of this year, that we will have one interest rate hike of at least 100 points, 100 basis points? And if you don't think so, type of 2. If you do think so, type of 1. I think at least 1. I think at least, wow. So most people are saying yes. I got a couple of people that just said no. Hit the link I just posted, fill out the questions, support member. There you go. All right. A couple of people say no. Dave says no. Hi, Dave. I got you. If bond yields go up, the problem is investors will want to keep their money invested in the U.S. government instead of the markets. Got you, Holy Guacamole. I still got some people still putting in 2s. John says too much too fast. All right. Again, I'm not saying that what I'm saying is absolutely gospel. I'm asking your opinion. All right. I really, really am. All right. So I'm glad to see that there's a mixture. I am definitely glad to see that there's a mixture of both 1s and 2s in the room. All right. And the only way we're going to find out is when it happens. Only know that the Fed was way behind raising interest rates. Carl, I'm with you 110%. And for all of the time that they kept calling this transitory, your Uncle Glenn kept telling you, I do not think they know that, I do not believe that they think that, you know what I'm saying. I don't think the word you're using is what you think it is. That's Princess Bride. So we'll see. All right. One more story in regards to what's going on in the economy. Weekly jobless claims fall to 166,000 last week, the lowest level since 1968. Okay, so are people going back to work? There's a lot of jobs out there. Are people going back to work? I think that's a good thing. Real quick, before we go on any further, I'm going to do a couple of things. One, if you're brand new to the channel and you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Two, so far, if you like the content, don't be afraid, don't be scared to hit the like button. All right, hit the like button. And number three, a lot of you who do follow me on Twitter, you have a lot of followers on your Twitter feed. I'm going to ask you real quick to take the link, copy the link to this live stream, put it on your Twitter feed. Let's get some more people in the room. All right, let's get some more people in the room. You keep on using that phrase. I do not think it means what you think it means. Oh, hi, Todd. Todd is here. That's true. You know why, Todd? Because it's inconceivable. It's inconceivable that they keep saying that. It's inconceivable. All right, so if everybody in the room can just take a second and share this link, this live link for this live stream on your social medias, let's get some people in the room. All right, so that's all I can do. I covered everything I needed to cover. All right, so from this, looking at what's going on in the market, let's go take a view in the VectorVest software of what's going on in the market. Here's my watch list of the stocks that I'm looking at today. Mad Dog says jobless claims match the 1968 low. Initial claims for jobless benefits fell to 166,000 in the week ending April 2nd, adjusted for seasonal swings, the Labor Department reported Thursday. Thank you for that, Mad Dog. You know, Mad Dog, you know I like you because that's a Marine. Hoorah. You know I'm a Marine. So I'm a big fan of General Mattis. All right, so let's go find the stocks that we use for tracking the market. For those of you who are not subscribers to the VectorVest software, we have the spiders or the SPY. And for those of you who are subscribers to the VectorVest software, of course, we've got the VVC or the VectorVest composite. Let's go put these on a 3-month graph. Let's view the stock graph. Phyllis says, I bought Moderna at an average of 306 on the dip and it plummeted. I wonder if there's any chance for recovery on it. Now, we're going to talk about some drug stocks today. Moderna is not one of them. Moderna is not one of them, but I was always of the mindset, it's the two stocks that have the FDA approval are Moderna and Pfizer, and I thought that they would have done a lot better than what they're doing right now, but that ain't the case. All right, that ain't the case. So, welcome, sir. Hoorah. There you go. So, looking at the S&P 500, after we had this nice little bounce up coming off a level of support here at the value of 415.46, bounced up 3.8 cross. I used 3 and 8 exponential moving averages, even on a 3-month graph. And it's moving up, moving up, moving up. And now we've pulled back. We hit a level of resistance sitting at 457.53. The 3 and the 8 just crossed to the downside a couple of days ago. Open candle today. I remember the market is mixed today. So on the spiders or the S&P, we are mixed today. Volume is pretty, that's all it is. RT on the spiders is up, but is above 1, but pulling back. This is why I'm thinking about being careful. All right. Every time the spiders or whatever major indices, when the 3/8s cross, it tends to be a signal to be careful. And I don't think that there's any difference here. Right now, the 3 and 8 are bearish. We do have an open day today, but before I think the market has more legs to the upside, I'd like to see the 3 go back above the 8. Let's go, and there's our VVC. Why I like looking at this, because this tracks the move of about 9,000 stocks. When I look at the S&P, it looks at the movement of about 500 stocks. So put those two together, we do use the VVC for a more guided view to the broad market. And again, the 3/8 crossed 3 days ago, down closed candle today. RT is below 1, so the market overall is in a downtrend. Earnings per share on the market of 9,000 stocks is falling, but still above the value of 1. So positive earnings even on the full market, and it's growing at a clip of 10% a year. But keep in mind that's a little bit of a pullback as well on the VVC. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher or a market higher. Canada's federal budget being released today will be interesting to see how that affects the market. Anyone with comments, they forecast a lot on our housing crisis. And you know something, not to sound like I'm a dummy, as Joey keeps calling me big dummy, he keeps calling me Lamont Sanford. That's right, Joey. I told him how mean you treat me. I don't know much about the kid. Huh?
Tell him what you call me.
I call you my friend. Joey is my friend, and I would never say anything bad about my friend Joey. All right. Steve wants me to look at the 50 and the 200. I just did a video not too long ago, Steve, on the 50 and 200, the death cross. All right, so there's already a video that's been out prior to now that we're already on top of on the death cross. And I think that that's going to come more into play again. Do I have a death cross graph? I think I might. Yep, I do have a death golden cross over. And the death cross, there's the 50 and 200 happened back here. There's the 50 and there's the 200. That we are, and we've already done a video on that, Steve. When I tell people that you need to peep out all of the other types of videos that we do on the channel, I ain't just whistling Dixie. So we were way ahead of the curve when we put the video out, when all of the major indices, to include the VectorVest composite, had already exhibited the characteristics of the death cross. All right, so there it is. It's still there. The price of the composite did run back above the 50, but look at that. Look at that. Now we're back below it. Now we're back below it. So we did have a run. So there you go. There it is. Joey put the link to the Death Cross video in the chat for you if you haven't already. All right. Ninja says the formulas are being given away, so no value. What are you talking about? PFE. Oh, the formulas are being given away, so no value in intellectual property for Pfizer and Moderna. I got you. And that's why you think that it's not going ballistic, even though they are both the only two drugs that are FDA approved. I got you. All right, I got you. All right, so I just saw the news that Ketanji Brown Jackson was just confirmed. Came across my phone. Whether you like it or not, all right, again, you know me, I'm not all about politics, but it just popped up on my phone. Just popped up on my phone. All right, so there was the 5200 on it as well, and good call on that, about putting that on. But we were already, Joey put the link in here, we've already done a video preparing you for the death cross. So boom, here we go. You know why? Because we are on top of it, right, Joey?
That's right.
Sai, why you take so long to answer?
Because I have to unmute myself and I got to get the mouse, and it's a whole process.
Now, can you chew gum and walk at the same time?
Probably not.
Okay. Let's go to my next story. This is on my food stocks. ADM to release first quarter financial results April 26, 2022. And it talks about ADM will release financial results for 2022 before the market opens on April 26. About ADM, the power unlocks the power of nature to enrich the quality of life. We're in a premier global human and animal nutrition. Who keeps calling me? Joey, tell these people to stop calling me while I'm doing Trending Thursday. So this is one of my food companies. I'm a big fan of Archer Daniel. It's a good stock. It is. It's a good stock. All right. So earnings is coming up on it. So that's the only story that I have, but I got some stocks for you to pay attention to. So as I look at them, what are my stocks in this space? By the way, the food sector is number 23 right now out of 41 sectors that we track. It was tough for me to find trending sectors this morning because the market's starting to pull back a little bit. So instead of finding the movers and the shakers, I tried to spend as much time today on the higher flyers. I could have gone higher, but a lot of those high flyers are pulling back as well. My job is to find you what's working, possibly now. But keep in mind, the market's trend is starting to pull back. Also keep in mind that 80% of the stocks in the market tend to move with the direction of the market. So will you still find 20% of the stocks overall that are going up? Absolutely. Do you want to spend your time there to fight the trend? Or like we always say here, let the trend be your friend. Now, as the market was moving down today, right now we've recovered a little bit and it's mixed. The VectorVest composite is down and the NASDAQ is down, but everything else is up. The S&P and the Dow are both up. Nothing is down by a lot. Nothing is up by a lot, but we do have a mixed market. So let's talk about my food stocks. ADM, there's Archer Daniels. AGRO, all right, that's another one. And some of these stocks you may not know about, but that's okay. ANDE and BG. So notice out of my listing of 19 stocks that I have here, this is the number 23 sector. Look at where the stocks stand in my whole list of stocks. Not so bad, right? Not terribly bad. Not there. They're okay. All right. So in this sector, 23 out of 41 right now. Let's go take a look at the stocks that I have set up for you. Let's go back. That's the 50 and 200. I don't want that. Let's go back to my graph layout. Looking at, where is it? No, there it is, the 3 and the 8. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that. Archer Daniels. Food, sugar, and flour. Look at that graph. Bottom left, top right. If you're going to find something that's moving against the market, that should have the wherewithal to keep moving, this may be it. Look at the relative value at 1.3, the relative safety at 1.2, the stock's in an uptrend, positive earnings growth rate. This is a stock that I definitely want you guys to definitely keep your eyes on. All right, definitely moving bottom left, top right, even on a mixed day. Nice open candle today, no wick at the top. Volume's been pretty steady, not overly above the average volume, but been pretty steady. We got still a little bit more trading day. Interesting, if the stock's price goes up nicely today on lower volume, that also would catch my attention. I'm looking at the RT above 1 and rising, coming off of this high of 1.6, but now still rising. What's happening in the Bahama portfolio created the other day? Mike, we're going to look at that. We're going to look at this, and we're going to look at that at the end. What do you think is happening with it, Mike? Let me tell you, what do you think is going on with that? I'm just curious. VV Nation, catch you guys later, heading over the Jerry Swing Trade coaching session. Have a good day, Jay. Archer Daniels, Midland appoints Vikram. I saw that. I was going to put that in as a story too. Anytime a company changes or adds to its leadership, that could also be a big story. I saw that story, but add Vikram Luthar as finance chief. So I did see that. Thank you for that. I almost put that in as here as well. Let's go. So that's Archer Daniels. Let's go to the next stock. AGRO, also food agricultural. Bottom left, top right, a little bit of mellowing out, but I do like the rebound here. A very little wick at the top. I like that possibly on an end of day graph. The 3 may cross back above the 8. RT is still above 1. Stock still overall in the down in an uptrend. Volume is okay. It's been pretty steady, but it's starting to fall off a little bit. That makes sense if the stock is starting to middle a little bit or start to move sideways. What happened? Drop 29 March. What happened? Oh no. I don't know what was going on in the news that day. Talk about here. I don't know. It gapped down, and I appreciate that you think that I know everything, but I don't. I honestly don't. I don't know what happened there, and I don't know if it was an earnings play. Was it earnings? No, it wasn't earnings. It probably was some other news that pulled that stock down. I haven't the slightest idea. I haven't the slightest idea. ANDE, also food, and has been doing well. ANDE was one of the stocks in my list. I got you, Ninja. It's one of the stocks in my list. So I just did. It's one of the stocks in my list. All right. As I go down my list, oh, there's my next stock, Ninja. How about that? There's the next stock, ANDE. I like the move most recently today. Nice open candle after the 3.8 failed, found a level of support. I do like that nice open candle and the pull up in the volume a little bit. That may not be a bad play. Now you see why this industry looks so good, because some of the stocks in here, look at that. Wow, Bungie. Wow, bottom left, top right. This is an industry, a sector. It's number 23 out of 41. But as I looked at the graph, the sector is still moving. I like that. Good opportunities, hopefully, to make you some money. Mad Dog says, AGRO lifted to buy at Zacks Investment Research. Now, the interesting thing about that is there's a lot of people out there that rank stocks and they give it a buy, the big money, institutions. But a lot of times it's just lip service. What you really need to know is what's going on with the stock. So if I do that, the stock's got good upside potential. Relative value tells me that this stock should outperform a AAA corporate bond by 36% over the next 1 to 3 years. The safety is not there, though. All right. The safety is the consistency and predictability of a company's financial performance. At 0.88 on the scale between 0 and 2, I'm going to tell you that it may or may not hit earnings. Normally, when stocks have a relative safety above 1, they have a higher probability of meeting or exceeding their earnings expectations. So even though Zacks gives it a buy, we've already got it as a buy recommendation over the last 3 months. It's been between a hold and a buy, but primarily a buy for the last 3 months. The equity curve looks good. Volume overall looks decent, and RT is above 1. So, a lot of people can say a lot of things about what they think about a stock. I love the analysis that the VectorVest system has to offer. All right. Any questions? All right. Looks like I'm trying to answer them on their way. I'm trying to, Gladstone. I'm not looking at individual stocks just quite yet unless I have time at the end. All right. If I have time at the end, I will gladly look at your stocks. All right. Mad Dog, man, you talking it up a storm today. That's awesome. How about you guys on Facebook? Ain't you got something to say? I know I said ain't. Ain't you got something to say? Talk to me on Facebook. Talk to me. I want to hear. I want to hear. I want to hear. All right, let's go to my next story. My next story is on drug stocks. Top-rated AbbVie stock hits record high as it looks to expand a decades-old solution. How many of you got blurry vision in here? Type of 1. I got glasses, so without my glasses, if I try to read anything, everything is blurry. How many of you got, man, how sexy do I look without my glasses? All right, how many of you got blurry vision? All right, talk to me. How many of you got blurry vision? And if you do, this is interesting in this AbbVie. AbbVie record high Tuesday. The drug Vuity is approved as a once daily eye drop for blurry near vision. How about that? That's kind of cool, huh? That's kind of cool. Just listening and trying to learn, boss man. I got you, William. William, I'm glad you're here. Thank you for being here. Blurry near vision. Drops for that. That's kind of cool. And I think that's going to be a hit for people like Todd and people like me. That's the only two that I can talk about. I'm not calling nobody in this room old. All right? I'm not doing that because somebody's going to virtually Will Smith me, and I don't want that to happen. S. McClintock says, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. All right. I like your show, brother. It's like hanging out and talking stocks with friends. Thank you, Mad Dog. I appreciate it. So I like that this stock, AbbVie, is going after that. And the FDA, the drug is approved once known as presbyopia. What does that say, Joey?
Yep.
I think it's presbyopia. The solution behind it is the first gained Food and Drug Administration approval in 1974. Now a new test called Virgo now suggests 2 drops per day. What just happened? Sigh. 2 drops per day improves near vision without impacting distance vision. That could be huge. That could be huge. That could be huge. So I think that's really good for you knew the perfect song. AbbVie need to grab that beautiful song. I know. That would be good if they have commercials for this, right? I can see clearly now the rain is gone. All I got to do is put 2 drops in my eyes. Yeah. They need me to do the remix. I could do the remix. All right. So I think that could be really good for AbbVie. But I've got other stocks in the space that are on my list besides AbbVie. Let's go see where AbbVie sits. In my list of 19, it's in the top half, right? AMPH, another stock in that space. Amphastar Pharmaceutical. It's number 2 in my list. Corcept Therapeutics, INSEE. Where's that at? Ooh, INSEE's right here. And the last one is going to be Pfizer. I got a story on Pfizer. I'm going to come back to that. I got a story on Pfizer. Pfizer gets a breakthrough therapy designation for RSV PrEP. Now, I don't know what that is, but it sounds good enough for me to do a story on. It's vaccine for respiratory, virus. The vaccine is for people age 60 and above. This move comes after Pfizer conducted a phase 2A clinical trial that looked into the efficacy, immunogenicity, and safety. Who the heck reads all of these words and has to do that in a presentation? Sigh. Pfizer announces positive results for etresimod. Pfizer recalls some drugs for nitrosamine contamination. All right, but this one is about this whole RESV pref V. All right, so a big enough story came out today. I went to take a look at it. All right, now those are my stocks that I want to look at. Look at a few of them. The first 1, 2, 3, 4 are towards the top half of my list, and NC is in the middle. NC is in the middle. All right, let's right click. Let's view the stock graph. Let's view the stock. So are they saying instead of getting laser surgery, just take the drops? Harvey, I'm thinking that's what it says. So the laser surgery fixes your eyes to make you see better, but this is supposed to affect the blurry near vision without affecting your longer lookout vision. That's what it looks like, Harvey. That's what the article said. That the drops can help your blurry vision, but won't mess with your longer further out vision. All right. There's a lot of advertising for this project, but not the song. I know. See, they need to hook me up and pay me some money. I got them. All right. So AbbVie, let's go put this on a 3-month graph. Wow, look at that. Let me see if I can do this. Look at that. That's like a rocket taking off. Look at that. And in a market where it's been kind of iffy wonky, winky wonky, willy wonky in the chocolate factory, look at that bottom left, top right, nice open. That story came out today, drove the stock's price a little higher. It's a little bit of wick at the top, but the stock's 3.8 crossed way back here and it's been moving up ever since. All right. So there's AbbVie. What else is in here? Ooh, how about Amphastar? Drug biomedical genetic, bottom left, top right, nice open graph today. Volume is starting to pull up a little bit, right? Volume is starting to pull up a little bit. I do like that. And a new high over the last 3 months. That's a sexy chart. I agree. You know, I like to bring you the sexy charts. Yeah. Wow. Joey, can I have it? I'm just making sure. All right. Next one is Corcept Therapeutics. I haven't looked at, let me see, relative values on all of these. All of these stocks have good upside. AbbVie has got good fundamentals, totally good upside and good safety. When I look at Amphastar Pharmaceutical, good relative value and good relative safety. Corp's got good relative value, good relative safety. These are wow, NC. Look at that. It did pull back. I don't know what for, but I wonder if that was an earnings play. Yep, that was earnings. Earnings dropped it down, but then since then, 3.8 cross, that stock is going up. A lot of give back today, a little bit of a shooting star pattern. Could be a pattern reversal. So I'm not going to tell you to get into this today. All right, a lot of give back right here. All right, so those are my drug stocks. So I talked to you about food stocks and I talked to you about drug stocks. Now I'm going to talk to you about clean energy stocks. You guys know that I've been on a kick for clean energy. I've got about 3 videos out on the whole space of clean energy. Joey May, if he can, he's going to put 3 videos up here for you. One is going to be looking at states getting money for electric charging infrastructure due to the infrastructure bill, so they could build out some infrastructure for electric cars, okay? The second part was I gave you some electric cars to take a look at. I gave you an article that showed 3 electric cars that an article was talking about, and then I used the power of the VectorVest software to give you 3 electric cars that you really need to pay attention to. I also talked about LNG, liquefied natural gas, especially because the EU is trying to get off of dependency on Russian oil. LNG, we've got a contract out with the EU to provide them with liquid natural gas. And last one is uranium. All of these are all clean energy for the most part. For the purposes of getting off of oil. Now, there's another side to that. The other side of that says that the majority of our electricity still comes from coal, all right? And coal miners and the coal business will still be there. Another side of the story says we got more than enough oil to become energy independent if we just drill here. Absolutely. We can do that. Just whatever's going on politically, making that all happen is outside of my realm of really wanting to talk about on this platform. All right. And then fracking. So I still looked at from a natural gas perspective, we're still a major exporter of natural gas. There was a time in the most recent time that we were a major exporter of oil. And if I look at uranium, we're not a major exporter of uranium, but we do have uranium. Russia's up there as a major exporter of uranium, but we do have uranium here. And why is uranium so important? For the building and the maintaining of nuclear reactors, another way of clean energy. That was another video that I did. So from this whole clean energy space, I've done a few videos, and Joey has put a link to all of these videos from a clean energy. And I'm going to do another video. Joey and I were talking about an idea. I think it's going to be a really fun idea. I just got to put it all together. There it is. Joey, thank you, Joey. Joey put all of those videos. If you haven't seen the videos that I've done in regards to the clean energy space, this is a list of them. What I would suggest you do is click on them. When it opens up in your browser, come back here, click on the next one. You can have all 5 of them lined up for you. Or you just go to our YouTube channel, either or. Is there a VectorVest top April stock video available? No, Michael, I haven't. I don't know if that's something we need to do, Joey. Should we do a top stocks for every month as a video? What do you think, Joey?
I think he's asking about the hot stock panel. Right?
Oh, is that what you're talking about? Yeah, we didn't do a hot stock panel this month. All right. Especially with the way the market is going, it's hard to try to present a hot stock panel if the market is not conducive to finding hot stocks. All right. So, Michael, in regards to the stocks that you're looking at, individual, if I have time at the end today, I will look at individual stocks. How about that? All right. So let's go look at, did we look at these? Yeah, we did look at these stocks already. All right. So now I wanted to talk about clean energy opportunities. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a natural gas play along with a natural gas ETF, and I'm going to give you a uranium play with a uranium ETF. So here's liquefied natural gas. There is the ETF. Here's CCJ, Cameco, along with an ETF for the whole space. So I picked out 2 stocks, really one for each space. One for gas. I love Cheniere. And for uranium, I picked out Cameco. And then I gave you an ETF for each one. Let's go take a look at them. All right, let's go peep those out. Put this on a 3-month graph. Uraniums, folks, uranium and natural gas, I think, are going to be 2 hot spots for you to be on. All right, especially if the EU is going to be trying to pick up more of it and we can provide it. I think the only thing I'm afraid of is that we will not be able to keep up with the demand. All right, that's my only concern when it comes down to natural gas, is that we may not be able to keep up with the demand, but we'll see. All right, as we look, here's Cheniere. Bottom left, top right, leveling out a little bit. RT is above 1. RV is above 1. Stock's got good upside potential. Relative safety above 1. The stock should meet or exceed its earnings expectation. The stock is in an uptrend. Earnings, $7.28 and growing at a clip of 37%. That's a good looking stock. All right. And then we have the ETF for it. If you don't want to find or track an individual stock in the space, I do like ETFs. It's rock and rolling. A little less than Cheniere. Cheniere costs $142, whereas UNG, the ETF for it, Sitting at $22.22. And look at that volume. It's moving. Not only is the stock's price moving up, but the volume is there to substantiate it. It's got conviction. Volume is conviction. Let's go to the next stock. CCJ for uranium, bottom left, top right, new high today. Folks, you don't want to miss out on these two spaces, especially where we are right now. All right, I'm putting that out there. Your Uncle Glenn is telling you to keep your eyes on these. They could be great buying opportunities. That's just one of a few mining uranium stocks. We've got LEU, you got UU. There's a lot of stocks out there. I found one that I like specifically. Relative value and relative safety are below 1, but I think it's got a lot of upside potential. And then to play the whole space, URNM. That's an ETF for a nice big up move on it today. Both of the ETFs moved up nicely today. So if you don't want to play the whole space on either if you want to play the whole space on either natural gas or uranium, I like the ETFs. All right. So that's it for the majority of my stocks that are here today. I'm going to do one last thing. All right. How many of you know what a contra ETF? How many of you know what an ETF is? Type a 1 in the room. All right. If you don't know, type a 2 in the room. That goes for both my Facebook people and my YouTube people. If you know what an ETF is, type a 1. If you don't know what an ETF is, type a 2. All right. And the reason why I'm asking is because ETFs can make life a lot easier for many of you. And I think that especially if you want to be a little bit more conservative in the world of investing, ETFs might definitely be the way to go. I haven't had anybody type a 2 in the room yet between Facebook and YouTube. That is awesome. All right. So if you know what an ETF is, only got one from Gaucher. I like Gaucher. I just want to say that every chance I get, Gaucher. An ETF is an electronic traded fund, is an exchange traded fund. What it does is it trades a group or a group of stocks or an index or indice in one ticker symbol. It's a great way to take advantage of a whole space. Does anyone really know what an ETF is? Does anyone really care? Sonny, yeah. A lot of people really know what it is. It tracks a group of stocks or an index. And does anyone really care? Yeah. There's a lot of people that can make a lot of money. Todd, are you here? Tell people in this room that ETFs are a great way to make money. It's a great way to make money. So I just put that out there without exposing a lot of risk. All right. So yeah. I think a lot of people care, my friend. All right. So here, I'm only looking, they like mutual funds, but trade like stocks. Absolutely. I'm looking at 4 ETFs for you. They're non-leverage contra ETFs, which go opposite of the market's direction. So I'm going to look at RWM. I'm going to look at DOG, PSQ, and SH. Why non-leverage? Because these move 1-to-1 to the market. If the market is moving down, if all of the market is moving down, you own all of these go up 1% for every 1% the market goes down. All right? Todd says ETFs are a great way to make money. Thank you, Todd. That was exactly what I asked you to say, and you said exactly that. Thank you, Todd? Maybe? Okay. So these are all non-leverage contra ETFs, which I think are a safe way to play the market to the downside without exposing yourself to a lot of risk. All right. Non-leverage means, again, for every percent that the market moves down, these go up 1%. These are contrarian to the market's move. Let's go take a look at them. And excuse me, I'm so sorry for that. As I look at these, this is a good indication that the market could be turning around. All right. As these start going up, because they're contra to the market, as these start going up, it maybe means that the bearish side of the market is picking up right now. There's the RWM. Those are the low cap. These are the Russell 2000s. As the Russell 2000 goes down, you buy the RWM. It goes up as the Russell goes down 1-to-1. All right. Non-leverage. Next one, dog, the Dow. The Dow must be up today. Actually, must be down today as this is pulling down. All right. Sorry, the Dow must be up today as this is pulling down. Remember, it's opposite to the market. But the 3 and the 8 are still above. The 3 still is above the 8. We still got that bearish feel on this contra ETF. Having ETF as a hedge right now. I'm not trading any ETFs just quite yet. Not even contra yet. I probably will though before the end of the week. Oh, that's tomorrow. PSQ on the Nasdaq. Again, only the 3.8 just went up yesterday on this. Up day yesterday, a little bit of a down day today, a little bit of a spinning top with a wick at the top of the candle and at the bottom of the candle. And last but not least, the S&P 500. Again, I want you to have these in your back pocket. In your back pocket if the market decides to go down. This is a good way to hedge your portfolio without totally emptying out your portfolio. All right? This is a good way to hedge your portfolio without totally emptying out your portfolio. All right, so those are all my stocks that I got for you today. I did want to just prepare you for the downside. I just want to prepare you for the downside by giving you 4 contra ETFs, which should cover the gambit of what's out there. All right, next thing, let's go look at our portfolio. Let's go find, what is it, the Bahamas trip? Let's go see what's going on with the Bahamas trip. It went into cash. This is using the primary wave. Let's talk about this real quick. This is using the primary wave, one of our market timing signals. A search that I created, cheap stocks, rising business sectors less than $10. On the primary wave down like we have right now, this portfolio goes into cash. How about contra bonds, TBT? Is there a contra for the TBT? I do not know. If you think the QQQ going down, then you can buy the SQQQ to hedge. The SQQQ is a leveraged one though. So I gave you one. I gave you the PSQ. It's a non-leveraged contra. The SQQQ is leveraged. And I may have to do a video on YouTube to show you the difference between the 3. We've got non-leverage, we got double leverage, and then we've got triple leverage. Michael, that is, I believe, either a double or triple leverage. If I'm going to step us in on this channel on contras, I want to do it on the heels of a non-leverage contra. All right, but you're right, Michael, you can go with the SQQQ. All right, so that's Bahamas trip. It's in cash. Bahamas trip 2 is down almost 4%. And this one is still long stocks. The market timing indicator is the green light buyer RT kicker. As soon as that moves to down, this portfolio will start shorting stocks. All right, so yep, I told you, I put myself out there on a limb on how these portfolios will work out. And as soon as I put it on, the market started going down. It's all right. I'm going to let the portfolios go. I'm going to let the portfolios go. All right, let's go back to the viewers tab. And, you know, I'm going to take a look at some of your stocks today. I got about 7 minutes left. I'm going to take a look at some of your stocks today. Say again?
You need to take a drink of water.
I'm going to take some of this Dr. Dazzle. That is like a Dr. Pepper, but it ain't. It's Dr. Dazzle. Huh?
Looks fancy.
It is fancy. It looks fancy. I'm going to take a sip of that. Hold on.
Please do. One heck of a sip.
That was a good sip. Man. All right.
You got beer in that thing?
Yep. Let's go talk about what stocks you want to look at. I'm going to look at Nucor. On Facebook, you got any stocks? All right, what other stocks are you looking at? It is, look at the graph on fire versus the 10-year. And also at Todd Schaefer, ETF is like a mutual fund with the advantage that it can be traded as a stock. Yes, it's true. That's a, I think that's a uranium stock. SIMO, S-O-S-I-M-O, comma, A-G-C-O, comma, M-G-P-I, comma, UBX, comma, A-C-L-H-F, comma, TBT. I'll look at TBT, comma, ENPH, comma, UBX. I already have that on the list. Y'all got to stop. Don't type it in twice because that'll happen. Now you slowed me down. LGFB, comma, AGRO. We'll look at that. XROF, actually, comma. Let's go see what's going on Facebook. Nobody on Facebook is giving me no stocks. Okay, I'm trying to keep you all in the loop. TQQQ. Glenn, what is a contra ETF? A contra ETF means it moves on its own, that the market doesn't move it. So when I look at something like the VIX, that's a contra. It doesn't move. It could move in, whether the market's going up or going down. So that's a contra. It's contra to a contra. A contra means it moves opposite of the market. A contra cancels out itself, and it doesn't need market's direction to move up or down. All right. So I gave you all an opportunity. There's the stocks. I got 12 stocks. And the first thing I want to do, because they put them into a watch list, as you gave me all of these stocks, I want you to know where they sit in my list of 12 stocks based on our master indicator, VST. Which one is the best by VST, and which one is the worst by VST, and where everything else sits in between. Glenn, thanks for everything you do. Dan, I thank you for being here. I really tried to give the people on Facebook a chance to look at some stocks, but they didn't want to. All right, let's go look at the graph of these stocks. Put these all on a 3-month graph, and let's go check them out. Let me give you what the VectorVest says about it. Nucor, steel stock. Steel is starting to pull off a little bit. Steel and petroleum are both pulling back a little bit. So be careful with those. Are they still viable? Well, still moving from the bottom left to the top right. Nice update on Nucor. 3 and 8 crossing back to the upside today. So, yeah, energy. You gave me extra. Yeah, everybody. Listen. I'm looking. I got the thing on here too. So I'm trying to. I want to talk to you all instead of concentrating on what's going on in the masters. All right, you guys to me are more important than Tiger right now. All right. I hope you feel special. Is there a way to sort by raising industry on mobile? On which industry is rising? No, I can't do a delta on the mobile. That's what I normally do here in the software. I do a mobile to see where the movers and the shakers are. I think on the mobile, you can only see what the high flyers are. All right, you can only do what the high flyers are, Andrew. All right, but with the desktop, you can look at what's moving and shaking by doing a delta on industries. All right. So Nucor is moving. If I'm thinking that I want to buy back into it, though, I needed to take out that 3-month high. Wow, MGPI food, another food stock that we looked at the industry. I'm glad. Look at that, another stock in this space, nicely up today, hitting a new 3-month high. Just recently broke through 2 levels of resistance. 3 and 8 looks solid. Volume looks good. I like that play. EMPH, always a solid stock overall. It's got its times when all it takes is for somebody to go, pff, and then it goes down. Herbert, I got all the stocks that I'm going to look at. And Joey, I'm not putting that up here. You should have put it up when I was asking for stocks. How about that? All right. Let's go to the next stock. A little bit of give back on here. Big wick at the top of the candle. Be wary of that. The 3 and 8 are converging and a lot of wick at the top. Be wary of that. CMO, electric semiconductor. I like the bounce off support. I like the 3 and the 8. It's got 2 pieces of headwind to get through. This level of resistance at 73.92. This level of resistance at 76.55. Upside, safety. The stock is fundamentally sound. Good earnings growth. Right now, it just took a hit. I like it. Does have good upside potential. If this space is running, if the electric semiconductor starts to run, this stock should as well. I do like the open update on good above average volume. I would keep my eyes on this, definitely. Next one, well, AGCO Machinery Farm. Nah, right now, coming off the 3-month high of 150.28, pulling back hard. The 3 and the 8 just crossed. Now, this could be a hammer formation. It's got a wick at the top. It's not a classic hammer, but it is a hammer nonetheless. It could be a reversal that right at that level of support of 133.12, it could be a reversal and the stock's price could start going up. We'll see. But right now, I don't like the pullback off of that level of high. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solid days of down with a lot of conviction. All right. TBT, there's the 20-year treasuries, 10-year treasuries on the short side. So if treasury starts to fall, these will rise. This will rise on good volume too. It's got a good volume too. You skip mine, give Joey mine. Listen, I tried to put all those stocks that were up there. All right. Let's go to the next one. What is this? Media movies, Lionsgate. AMC is the move right now as far as movie theaters, right? For the most part. As a meme stock and all that stuff. Lionsgate looks like it had a hard time getting above this level of 1545. Pulling back, the 3 and the 8 are bearish. I'd be wary of that. Right at another level of current now resistance of 1466. I don't know. If I own it, I would have liked to close where the 3 went below the 8. Oh, we're on a delay. Is that what you're saying? Oh, I forgot we were on it. Listen, I gave you all time. I ain't trying to hear you. On your 3-8, I see you using EMA, but on a 10 to 30-minute chart, do you use a simple moving average? I stay on the EMA, and I don't go up to 10 or 30 minutes. The most I go up to on a graph is 5 minutes. The 5 minutes. All right. I will either look at 1 minute intraday or 5 minute intraday. On this stock, though, 3-8 cross. I do have some buying pressure with big wicks at the top. I'm not thinking about getting back into this stock unless the 3 goes above the 8 or breaks above that level of resistance. All right, next one. TQQQ. This is the bullish side. This is the bullish side of, and it's a 2-time leverage. If the Qs are going down, this goes up. Actually, no, this moves right with the Qs. So the Qs must be moving up today for it to have an open candle. This moves right with the Qs. But it is leverage. It's an ultra, so it's at least 2-time leverage. All right, same thing as looking at the PSQ, which is non-leverage. All right. ACLHF, mining other. There's a lithium stock. Lithium, I'm with lithium, I'm with uranium, I'm with natural gas, all of those from a clean energy perspective. I've been asked, I probably need to do a lithium video on lithium producers and probably talk a little bit about the cleanup of lithium type of stuff. So I'm thinking about that as well as a possible video. That's something on my notes of something to do. All right. Let's go to mining other, gold royalty. I'm not a big fan still of gold. I'm just not yet. There used to be a time when the market went down, gold went up. That was the go-to. All right. That was the go-to. I think that correlation dissolved back in the 2008 housing crisis. I think it went away. The candles are too difficult to see with a black background. Man, I tried to make this easier to look at the candles. Man, for the most part, Sonny, in the beginning, we did a survey to see which ones you guys wanted. For the most part, you guys wanted the black background. All right, so that's why we're that way. It's because in the beginning, even though God created the heavens and earth, but in the beginning, you guys wanted the black background, and that's so. But what I have done, I have made the watermarks on the graph stand out more for you. All right, I've done that. All right, I'm not a big fan of gold, just still not yet. UBX healthcare products. Middling. This stock is definitely moving sideways. Horizontal line, definitely in a channel and pulling more down as the 3 is about to fail to go below the 8. I do have a level of support in the channel sitting at 109. If you own it, this would be my line in the sand to get out at that 109 price. RT is below 1. The stock is officially in the downtrend. Last one, XROF. It did have a couple of days, a nice up move, and then ever since then, it's moved back down. Watch the 3.8. I believe in XROF. I still own it, and that's what we're going to do about that. All right, Joey, put me on the ending on my other screen. All right, put me on the other screen. No, he's not talking about Mullen. He's talking about lithium. He's talking about lithium. So with that, as Joey put into the chat, all of the videos about clean energy, I want you guys to really seriously sit back, look at some of those videos, and just look at it from a different perspective. All right. Thank you all for being here today. I think we had a lot of fun. But we talked about a lot of stocks and the possibilities are out there, but I am preparing you. Don't sleep on the market pulling back and you think that you're just going to hold on to the stocks that you own. If you're going to do that, hedge them. Hedge them with some semblance of a contra ETF, whether it's non-leverage, 2 times leverage, or 3 times leverage. I figured as a start, I like the non-leverage. And we'll see about doing a video on the differences between the 3. All right. If you're brand new to the channel and you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Number 1. Number 2, hit the bell icon so you'll be alerted. Joey, how many likes do we get today? Let's go see. How many likes? We got 74 likes. Let's see if we can get off with 100 likes before we leave. If we do, that'd be great. You know me, I like to make sure that I made it worth your time to spend some time with us today. All right, I do whatever I can to give you topics and information to make it worthwhile for you stopping by. All right, so what's going on with the markets there? I don't know what news changed the markets. Now all of the major indices, as you're looking at my screen, all of the major indices are up. I don't know what changed. I don't know what news happened, but the market is turning around today right now. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened. All right, I have no news in front of me to see. Thank you, Miss McClintock, for being here. Hey, and Todd, thank you for being here as well. All right, folks, I'm about to go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia, salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time I see you, folks, see ya.